Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tina Thapa. I am taking care of L&D and talent management in Ultratech Aditya Birla Group. What is learning and development? In a small sentence, it can be L&D is a connection between organizational needs and individual needs, which will boost performance to enhance organizational performance. So basically, it is the requirement for both the parties, for the organizational or for the organization as well as for the employee also to meet the goals of the organization. Since there are new technology emerging in time, customer needs are there, there are different types, there are different phases. When the learning and development is actually, it becomes very essential. So development and delivery of information employee will use in their jobs also. So basically it comes out of the needs. So whenever there is a new technological changes in the organizational industry or maybe a role change in the industry, this kind of training is actually emerging out of that. So basically for that, we will have to develop a very strong strategy since it is a part of our business scorecard also. HR will have to do its planning kind of like how budgeting, then what kind of trainings are required. Will it be classroom? Will it be on the job? Or it can be any other form. And then who will be the trainer? So basically you can say the ADDIE model will be here. And then we will discuss about ADDIE model also in detail in the ahead slides. And then we'll have to do the calendarization and then the execution of the training takes place. Why L&D matters? There are various reasons why L&D matters. So I have just jotted down a few because there are at least, I don't know, numbers of them. That all depends upon the organization to organization also, but to focus on a few, they are basically for the retention of the valuable talents. Transformation of people starts from here. So basically, it is the pictorial view that when the organization in the organization a GT joins, or maybe a fresher joins, or maybe a lateral also joins, maybe from a different, because nowadays we are focusing on the diversity also. So may not be the person from the same example, not from the automobile industry probably. Maybe he is from some other industry, maybe from a chemical industry, maybe the skill sets are a little bit of matching. So in that case, the person will have to be developed. So this is the various phases of development of the employees, wherein with the intervention of training of the organization. So this is very important aspect. Sources of TNIs are very important. The first I would say is job description, because once the manpower budgeting is fixed, then comes the next stage is the job description. Be it any format, maybe it is Hay format, Mercer format, or maybe internally develop some of the format in the organization. So it has the competencies written in the job description, or maybe what knowledge skills are required to perform that particular job. So from that, the TNI needs come. Interviews are one source of TNI. Once we are interviewing somebody, we know that if the person is shortlisted, maybe this is required for that person to, behave in a certain way, or maybe some functional training is required to perform so that he can perform little early, or maybe as per the timeline decided. So interview is again a very good source, but we tend to miss this, I guess, in many of the organizations. Role changes once somebody is getting transferred from one organization to another, one unit to another unit, or maybe one role to another role. So that time also it is very important that we should capture it. Technological changes, we all know that if the technology nowadays, like none of has seen the or maybe anticipated the era of COVID. So like everything like became virtual. So due to technological change also, we all had to come to like digitization has become our need of our customer needs. There are many audits also going on in the organizations. From that also, like many of the company or maybe the customers, they give the feedback, yes, this required training is there, this training is required for particular person, or maybe the new technological changes as per their requirement, or maybe new standards are there. So in that case also, assessments and surveys keeps happening in the organization in 1 or 2 years. So they are also a source of TNIs. A little bit about the framework of ADDIE. So basically, in general, we all talk about the ADDIE model in the organization. So it starts with the analysis. The first step itself is the analysis. Who is the target audience? Who will be imparted the training? So this is basically the very important phase of goal setting when we have to fix, yes, who will be the participant, how the training need has to be given, how the training need has to be addressed. So that comes into this analysis phase. Design is itself a very vast thing. So basically here it happens that the I would say the design, a good design builds on the good results. So we will have to build a very robust design. Example, we just had in my organization, we just had a training for the values. So basically we have to target who, basically it will, the values has to be given to all the employees, but who should be the first, who will be percolating that, who will be assessing that, and who will be basically the identifying कि वैल्यू किसको सबसे पहले जज होती है. अदरवाइज ट्रेनिंग इज गिवन टू एवरीबडी. सो डिजाइनिंग हैज टू बी डन इन सच अ वे, फेज वाइज मे बी, दैट इज ऑल डिपेंड अपॉन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नीड्स अगेन. देन ऑल्सो कम्स कि उसमें भी ऑडियो ये कितने लोगों को विजुअल पसंद है, कितना मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डिसाइड करेगी कि विजुअल कितने लोगों को, ऑडियोमेट्री कितने लोगों को, किनेस्थेटिक अप्रोच कितने लोगों को है, तो ओजेटीज कितने लोगों को देनी है, क्लासरूम कितने लोगों को देनी है. So all that has to be decided in this designing phase. Who will be the trainer, which agencies, what is going to be the content, then this content has to be read through the some learned person or the subject matter expert. Then the development phase. In development phase, we will talk about creating the material and experiencing. And then implementation will be through the trainer. And then evaluation. A little bit on the evaluation part. So evaluation is itself a very big topic, vast topic. We have taken this Kirkpatrick model. It has 4 levels basically: reaction, learning, impact, results. But in many organizations, generally only for 1 and 2 levels are followed. Reaction level is the first level, wherein immediate reaction, how the participants have reacted, that is captured. So that can be through some forms are given at the end of the training. Then learning can be gauged through pre and post trainings. Then what impact has it brought? That is the behavioral changes that has to be vet through maybe the managers can vet that, or maybe the superiors can vet. After a certain time, the organization has decided maybe 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, whatever timeline is there. So they will have to, what behavioral changes has the participant brought in the organization, and has it really improved his job since the training was already planned with some objective. And then finally the results, that is the ROI. So for behavioral it is little difficult to capture, but yes, for functional and technical we can definitely calculate the results.